Oh my god. Oh, here we are. Good Saturday, folks. We are here, ready to have some fun. And by fun, I mean reminiscing about the good old days because we still haven't fixed the scholar. One might say,
Not even about fixing, it's about like not releasing the story at all. I wouldn't call it a fix.
I would call it a fix, because a class that's missing something like the story is broken by default. Any schmeckles? Anyway, so what are we gonna do today? Today it's a very nice day. It's a Saturday, and I managed to get this thing leveled up with a little bit of the help of Lema. She grinded 1 hour and then told me to go fuck myself, but it's okay. We got more than 56. That means we can basically do the awakening or ascension or whatever the heck it is. Seriously, guys, this okay? It's awakening.
Yeah, it's awakening. It's
Yeah.
just the archer, the scholar, and the shy who have different things.
Funnily enough, those are the 3 lists of my favorite classes. So, here we are, ready to go ahead and explore. What is actually the Ranger? Does it still hold up by today's standards? And does it still make sense after they released Kamasylve? The answer to those questions is probably no, but we're here to discover and find out what the old writers of video were doing, because these are the same writers who managed to make a partnership with Berserk, so maybe they're not doing so bad after all.
And also, you might have noticed that the graphics is a little bit different from the other time. Is because after Xin Code, sadly, all Black Desert players are a little bit unhappy, and we don't want Switzzy's PC to explode.
I'm
So we
chilling
are
at
going-
a solid 86 degrees here, folks. I can cook on my processor. If the stream breaks apart, it's means we blue screen.
It's PA's fault because they changed the anti-cheat, and Xin Code right now didn't pass the vibe check.
Right. Even so, we're trying to stream with very high quality.
Literally. Because it's called like that.
Yeah, exactly. But again, for me, the biggest change is how well, the fact that I can actually see now, and I see that there are shadows. That's a very nice change. And besides that, already with very high, normally I should be able to handle it with no issues. Fortunately, since the anti-cheat update, it's been a struggle. I'm reaching like 70, 80, a bit 90 sometimes. I'm going a bit the thermal limit of the processor, but hey, if we're strapped together here, right? One processor with video, so might as well break it with video, even if it wasn't my favorite choice. Okay, so back to the class at hand. So what is the Ranger? The Ranger is basically the Pew Pew class that was released back in 2016. It was one of the OG classes, and it was also known to be played by people who were too weak to play Sorcerers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you're too weak to play Sorcerer, you'd play Ranger, but it would still be useless. This class has been struggling throughout the years. Even now, it's not in the top or best shape, you know, case or form. It's going pretty well, you know. Ranger people are few and scared throughout the world, but it's okay. We don't mind them, because obviously anyone who plays Ranger, you know, should be playing Scholar by now. So when this class was released, there was no Kamasylve. There's basically the world was a lot smaller and simpler. Back then, you could go to Calphion. In the Calphion, your life would end there. Everyone would go and die in Calphion. But after a while, they released up to level 56, meaning that you could do awakenings. there things got a little bit more interesting. Because in fact, the Ranger, top of the top, you play for 90% of your time as a ranged class, you know, as it's in the name. But the Awakening, it's melee. Assassin type of class. So I'd like you just to imagine how happy ranged players were to finally get their chance to have a fun class, and the playstyle was flipped on its head. Now, I don't know anything about the story, so let's go ahead and find out. I can't summon my black spirit on your horse because your horse is too big.
Whoa.
So where did you come from? I could just give you the answer to that existential question. However, the process of exploring that question on your own and going back to your roots would make you grow stronger too. What say you? You're just dying to find out now, aren't you? Alright, I'll give you a little hint, since you're so worthy and all. Go to the long-lived tree forest. A certain ranger there has been undergoing some difficult training of late. Least I heard, hee hee. Okay, Michael Jackson, goddamn.
You have to go up the tree.
Sucks to be me because the elevator just left without me.
You can go on the other side.
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for the elevator because this is part of the roleplay experience, and I want people to know just how fun these mechanics are.
There is a back door. You don't have to wait for the thing if you don't want to, but
we live
Swittzy
in a
wants
society.
to try the elevator, so
There you go.
keep going up.
What was the
Up.
point of an elevator that doesn't go up?
Up.
It's literally in the name elevator. It's
Keep
supposed
going.
to elevate you. I know what it is. I have a goddamn thing telling me where to go. But yeah, why would the elevator not take you to the elevated space?
I don't know, general architecture, I guess.
Very nice. Yeah. God damn, what is this? Oh,
Up.
Up more?
Yeah.
There you go. Got energy +1. People of the forest. You sneeze and you're goddamn dead in this place. God damn, how much higher does this place go?
Okay, you arrived.
I arrived. Why do I feel like I didn't? Let's see. Ah, yes, the books. The Art of the Kamasylvian Sword for Chosen Rangers, authored by Evanir, the Guardian of Kamasylve. Flip through the page. 50 energy! God damn, those are so heavy pages. God damn.
The price of knowledge.
The book is about the founding of the Ranger unit and the way the Kamasylvian sword, along with its fundamental sword techniques. The Kamasylvian sword, wielded by the Chosen Ranger, that sounds vaguely familiar. Somewhere in the depths of your fragmented mind, the memory is there. You see the name Luonsley scrawled inside the book. This must be her book. Could be. Or just someone scribbled the name, you know. Happens. So, how is the history lesson going back to the ancient secrets of your kind? And you're the descendant of the goddess? That's incredible! Yeah. Okay. Luonsley. She was once the most famous ranger in the entire continent. Now she remains here with Nelly Dormin. Her reputation as a goddess of war was rather something. I wonder what caused her to suddenly choose a life of retirement. Maybe she'll tell us if we go and ask her nicely. Let's go now. I can tell you want to find out as well. Alright. Meet the owner of the book. Oh, it's down.
Yep.
Oh. Little more down?
I have difficulties. I know she's like behind one of the houses, but I don't remember exactly where because, you know, I am directionally challenged.
Seeing as Lema is directionally challenged and I don't know where to go. She's supposed to be down, down, down.
Down there, yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
헤로윈님의 은총이 당신과 함께하길.
Yes, I did put my game in Korean. Yes, I don't understand anything yet. If I remember correctly, you must be adventurer. You're the rising star all of Kamasylve has set their eyes upon.
카마실브 사원에서 보내던 날들이
You've read Swittzy on the Kamasylvian sword? I see. Unlike the rumors, I've been honing my swordsmanship skills here of late. Only the chosen one among us descendants of Sylvia are allowed to inherit the art of the Kamasylvian sword. I should also stress that only those who go through a series of ordeals on their own are allowed to wield this weapon. Not only it is difficult to be deemed worthy of the weapon, but it is also no walk in the forest to master it either, even for someone like me. Adventurer, I have heard of your achievements. Would you be willing to test yourself to inherit the art of the Kamasylvian sword? Not too long ago, Heroine, one of the older ones of Kamasylvia, came to Medea seeking to attempt something new. Her wisdom and authority shall guide you to a new path, no matter how difficult the ordeal. I know that you alone will overcome. May the new life of Kamasylve bring to bud with you, you who seek to bring forth a new era as the guardian of Kamasylve. Of course, brother.
낮이고 밤이고 이 나라는
They really
날
should stop this thing where it's like, hey, pick with these two NPCs and then like, now go to the other side of the world. Alright, now we're going to the other side of the world.
Luckily, we have the horsey.
Oh, they weren't kidding. There is on the other side.
Okay, so and of course, because
Kamasylve.
as we want to remind, technically you are supposed to do the Awakening in Succession questline after finishing Medea, because in theory that is when you would reach level 56, 57. And that's why the majority of the questline take place either in Medea or around Medea, or like start from Medea and then progress around it, or they end up in Medea, and yada yada yada. There are a few exceptions. For example, the striker, the shy, the archer, I'm thinking. The others should all concern in a way or another Medea, if I remember correctly.
So how does that make you feel?
What?
No. The fact that most of the classes are tied to Medea and some of them are not.
They should change it. Because right now the map expands so much. We have the Magnus, which helps a lot. You can be teleported without any issue in special places, like it happens, for example, with the Wusa and the Megu. So, like, no need to force the this thing about the fact that everything is connected with Medea just because you are supposed to do the Awakening and Succession once you finish the Medea questline, to be honest.
Yeah, it feels to me like the Awakening and Succession questlines kinda are completely outdated, and they should all of them be reworked. But before that, they should finish reworking Serendia, they should finish reworking Calphion.
The main quest in general.
I'm not done, wait. They should finish working Medea, they should finish reworking Valencia, essentially they need to retouch on the whole questline. And while I am completely happy that they are retouching the Serendia questline, that's being confirmed, that's only the beginning. And as far as we've seen, we're gonna have Land of the Morning Light Part 2 coming out. We're gonna have another part of Ulukita, another part of Mountain of the Eternal Winter, another part of Atoraxion. They're just adding more regions to build a story which is not completely reworked, which means that according to what they will release on these new regions, it will make reworking the main quest line even harder. Remember, folks, Serendia is completely outdated. Calphian completely outdated. It's still basically the same quest since 2016. Right? Like it's not a pretty sight.
자연과 함께
Oh, adventurer, the morning breeze told me that you'd be coming here today. And your morning breeze is wrong. Goodbye, my lady. There you go. See, that's why you don't deal with morning breeze and whatever they call it.
아픔을 치유하고 정화하죠.
Adventurer, anyone who reaches their limit in the quest for true power ultimately craves the means to surpass that limit. Like the first descendants of Ganel and Vadir, I believe the seeds of this conflict desire will bloom within you as well. Kamasylvian sword is a powerful weapon, but it is also double-edged. It's just two daggers, actually. Harmony and control. Those two virtues must be balanced. Otherwise, your mind and body will never be able to withstand the power of the sword, which is why only those chosen by Kamasylve were allowed to ascend. Totally not because of classism. Now, I'm about to lead you through the 3 ordeals of verification. Adventurer, go overcome the ordeals and return back to me.
What are your
별들의
bets?
사원은 이곳에만 존재합니다.
What are the 3 mobs you're going to get?
Main skeletons and Eldrick. Let's see. One of the ordeals granted from Kamasylve to you is the ability to control your body. It is necessary to endure the sheer force of the Kamasylvian sword and act upon behalf of the sword. Oh yeah, Harsh Ancient Ruins is one of them, yeah. Go to Harsh Ancient Ruins. Kick some ass.
따르진 않았지만
Next.
당신은 의지가 강한
Winning with the spirit is a bless given to us descendants. We can share and enjoy a mighty force of nature within them. The real power comes from the Kamasylvian swords come from the combination of well-trained body, in swordsmanship, and the power of spirits of nature. The mains, I got wins. Who have lost both their minds and their way, wander about in Medaya. Okay, brother.
숲속 정령의 움직임.
Yeah, give them peace.
Just as the threat of darkness engulfed our thoughtful selves in the past, we never know when the new dangers will find us at any moment. We must always be prepared to protect the land of our descendants. To do so, we must never stop advancing ourselves to cope with such threats. Prove to us that you're ready to take the next step forward. Share with us the vision as the successor of the Kamasylven sword and skeletons.
자연과 함께
Alright, so it was main skeletons and
Okay,
Harsh
where do you want
Ruins.
to start?
Harsh Ruins first.
Okay.
Oh, apologies guys. The questline is very, as you can see, it's very yeah,
Do you want another coffee?
sometimes. I'm gonna go make another coffee.
Okay, fair point. Anyway, one of the issues concerning the quests, beside what we already mentioned, is that there are clear issues concerning organization at Perlabis, because it is true that Breaker of Chains, so Valenos territory main quest, got reworked 2 years ago, because it was 2022 if I remember correctly, but it wasn't finished. Like, it's clear that they are reworking, but they don't know exactly what their style or whatever needs to be. For the simple fact that, for example, we had the rework of Balenos, and then we had the rework, not the rework, the release of Land of the Morning Light. With the Land of the Morning Light, they released the tales, the animated tales with the drawings. Something like they used to do in Arcade. So you don't have the full-on 3D cinematic, but you have a part of the story, a story told through drawings. For example, they added this with Land of the Morning Light. They noticed that the players appreciated it, and so they added further mentions in Balenos, specifically in the part of the Church of Velia, and they added like a cutscene with these drawings, just like in End of the Morning Light. And they added it, for example, also in Lukita, because again they were appreciated, but they are missing from Mountain of Eternal Winter, for example. And let's see other examples. Another example about the fact that they are not sure about the storytelling they want to adopt is the prologue. They changed it quite heavily recently, and the changes are noticeable, and they really undersolved it in the patch notes. Like,
Yeah.
what they said was basically like, yes, we put the option to skip the cutscenes. Now the indicators are better. No, but actually they added a lot of more context in the storytelling, story-wise. That's not a little thing. It was something, and yet they leave it out. Also, like, one of the issues about not reworking or not even doing properly, like happened with the Scholar, the Awakening in Succession, is that Awakening Succession was supposed to reveal the background of your character that you can find out on the website for some classes more than others. And often this information are not revealed as they should in the Awakening and Succession. Probably because they don't know where they are going. Skeletons?
Yeah, skeletons.
And that's a problem because usually, of course, when you write a story, you can't know the exact details. But the issue is that at least you should have a general idea of what you want to convey. The general point of the story. When Black Desert was released, the point of the story was we have this very ancient stone. In the very ancient stone we have the Black Spirit. The Black Spirit exploded altogether and in a port, and they start to possess people. And now all the Black Spirit will fight each other, and this like also comprehended the host. And the whole point was a Giga Battle Arena where, like, originally it was only one Black Spirit, very big Black Spirit. Now we have to become even bigger. It was sort of like Agar.io, where you have to absorb the bolts. Like the concept was the same, like you have to go around, absorb black energy, and the whole point of PvP was that you had to kill other people with the black spirit to steal their black spirit. Then it came out that the reason why you would be able to deal with the energy of the black spirit is because you were descendant of the Edana, and like some lore master are going to tell you that actually we never knew mains, right?
Yep.
Okay. We never knew exactly if Edana was one or multiple, because right now of course are multiples, because the Edana are those that thanks to their willpower subdue the black spirit and didn't get corrupted, with a certain amount of consequences that are not very clear. But the whole point is that they're going to tell you, oh yes, but because we didn't know, guys. No, guys, it was clear the fact that the Edana was supposed to be one king of a civilization, and we have to be the descendants. They changed this thing, totally fine, but it wasn't like this. So like, I understand everything. I don't understand like trying to protect Perlabis at all costs, because it was clearly only one person and then they changed the idea.
Yeah,
Like-
like it's not a big issue changing ideas when making stories, but you should have a set objective from the start. Like, so if you make everyone that their classes representing characters, for example, it's quite hard to justify the world where there's multiple Megus or Wuzas, for example, like multiple people playing that class. Instead, in the first story, it was more of the story was quite basic, because the point of the game was to go grind and go PvP and have fun. They decided to add more lore and things to the story, which is fine, but it should be well done with a clear vision. You can't just say, oh, here's the Wuza and the Megu who are princesses, and here's the and then here are like I don't know, the Guardian or the Dracania, which can be multiple. It's guaranteed they're multiple, and then it's like you don't really have an impact on the world, but then you do start having impact on the world. If at the base this game was made to be just you being a mercenary going to hunt other mercenaries, that is a very valid story, like storytelling. I'm supposed to go back to heroine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But they should be at least consistent. Here, anything but consistent.
Yeah, because the first classes. Oh yeah, I'll go and read.
The Kamasylve has seen a glimpse of her future. You shall stand tall as a pioneer and protector. The spirits of the earth you've laid to rest shall be deeply moved by your heart. You did it. Kamasylve will be satisfied by your excellent understanding in quality of dominance. Pinky? Most excellent. You have proven that you are truly worthy, right, successor of the Kamasylvian sword, so the power promised unto you. Now that you have been reborn as the successor of the Kamasylvian sword, you must reveal yourself in front of the Kamasylve. Kamasylve in this temple is born anew, from a branch of the sacred tree in Kamasylvia brought to purify Medea. It is still young, but you can deliver your message to the sacred tree far, far away. Now commune with it and embrace the history of our people. Oh, let's embrace commune. You greet the tree with reverence. You can feel it respond with warm thoughts, warmth through its aura. Can I cut you? Nope, we can't cut the tree, in fact. Anyway, a new mission to protect the Kamasylve and usher in an era has been entrusted to you. Before you head out to take on the entire world, I've prepared a bit of advice for you, my fellow sister. From another mister. Try linking the new skill within a familiar skill. How about it taking out the Kamasylvian sword after using Charging Wind? Ah, yes. Let me just... Ah, yes, this is the ranger class I always wanted. Isn't this cool? How... Thankfully now you can choose between Awakening and Section. Before you couldn't. It was depressing. Alright. Excellent. I see that you're getting accustomed to it. Now I will teach Cold Blade to you. A Cold Blade? How would you like to try using an advanced combo using the skill I just taught you? Let us approach from a different angle this time. Perform a kick, draw the Kamasylve sword, and use Cold Blade. I will prepare a gift for you and be waiting. Hey, almost 28 million now. Damn. Alright. Wait. Also. Wow. You see that? Do I feel cool?
자연과
Nah.
함께하시길.
Okay,
그리고
so
섭리의
I
순종.
have seen countless seasons go by, but I hardly seen a descendant both qualified and strong. I am absolutely convinced that you'll be a tremendous help to the future of Kamasylvia. That is also what the priest just told me. Keep in mind that you must always balance the power of harmony and control. Being partial to a particular power will eventually destroy you, and hopefully you already learned that from our history. Now it is time that you leave us and pave your own path. May your journey shine brighter than those branches basking in the sun's rays.
대기의 카마실브가 아프다시.
I can see some obvious energy nearby. Wait, there's someone here. It's the gunner we saw at Longleaf Tree Forest, but unlike before, something feels strange. Goodness gracious. Excuse me. Oh my god, you're Naruto running when you're not. Oh my. This class, man. No wonder people stop playing it. Let me just put all my skills before I get stuck and cry myself to sleep. Yep, that's pretty good. Need to grind still on this class, but for most of this. Na. I shall Naruto run. I am the true ninja. I've been a gunner. I can feel a new sense of invigoration in you, adventurer. As a matter of fact, I've been looking for you quite a while. For what? I've been watching you fight all this time, and you still don't seem to have recovered your memories. What's wrong? Don't you remember who I am? Seeing you made everything feel new again. You were one of the elite members, bestowed with the spirit's blessing. Together with the Sister of the Sun, you overcame obstacles that helped strengthen your resolve. However, on the day the moon drenched the sun in red, you crumbled and met a new master. And your destiny met a band like the Okiara River. Does this remind you of anything? Huh? Ilesra. Do you remember now? Oh. Apologies. Sorry, I played a little trick on you. I told you several times, be wary of the Black Spirit. In the end, it will completely consume you, and you will gradually lose your identity. I thought you'd free yourself from the grasp of the Black Spirit like I did. Somehow disappointed. That's fine. I'll restore the part of your lost memory. You're fine with that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I gotta be honest. Like they heavily need to just stop releasing new zones and start really focusing on trying to rework these things. Because with the way the prologue was reworked, which is cool, very cool rework, but now none of this makes sense. Because usually our first reaction upon seeing Lesra should be frothing at the mouth, wanting to fight her, you know? Usually. Hurakaheliak, of course. When you have no clue what to say. Hurakaheliak. And then, of course, the same thing. It's physically the same text as every other awakening that we've ever done.
Basically, beware the Black Spirit, long story short.
Yeah, and it's like, oh look, Ilesra was disguised as, and the NPC that you meet. I finally remember, you were with Ilesra the first time we met. I didn't like her now, but you're with me now, blah blah blah. But I made you who you are today. Let's examine the Dark World. Physically copy-pasted. Like, that's why I don't have the patience for it.
Every time you do this quest with a different character, you will receive a different object that Ilesra enchanted for you to throw in the rift to summon your copy. And in the case of the ranger, for example, is a rosebud. If you notice, in fact, throughout the story, there are several mentions concerning the fact that the ranger is like a flower who's about to blossom to bring back the glory of the ranger corps.
You used to be able to fight like that, Shadow? How interesting. Yeah. And of course, were you really like that before? Blah blah blah. How are you related to Ilesra? Make a choice. And this is also fake, by the way. You can now switch, which thank God, you know. Yep. And because you finish the thingies, you get the 2 coupons as well. Now you can feel special.
Yay! Do you feel special?
Why are we here? just to suffer. Anyway, and this brings us to the beautiful end of the Rangers.
Do you
Yeah.
want me to give you a ride for hide elf?
I mean, this is one of the fun skills, like teleporting around.
Okay. So, what do you think of the ranger?
I didn't understand anything. Again, they focus so much on creating the trials that they kind of forgot. And this is going to be my main critique for a lot of the classes and the awakenings and still sections. They focus so much on the path that you must take that they kind of forgot about the why they made the succession and awakening questlines in the first place. They were made to give you an insight as to why would a character make a pact with the Black Spirit, since it is renowned in this world that the Black Spirit will basically spit on you and call you bad words and will take control of your body, right? But there are not many classes that really explain why they would take the deal with the Black Spirit.
Actually, the point is, the issue is that if you read the story in the background of the several classes on the website, you can see why Ilestra, you can see why your character would eventually get a pact with Ilestra and eventually with the Black Spirit. For the simple fact that
Money.
you can extrapolate from the story your reason. Sometimes it's even explicitly say. Sometimes Ilestra in the questline just hints at it, like she did with the ranger. Like with the ranger, she said like she was very vague, but for the how's it called? No, the archer, no, because it's peculiar. But in certain cases, she says, "Oh, so you took this was your intention, X, Y, Z," and you're like, "Ah, that's why I took the deal with the Black Spirit. Makes sense." The issue, though, is that with the new prologue, you don't choose to get the pact with the Black Spirit. It's not a choice. You legitimately are a mercenary, which is probably a reference to the OG version of the story of Black Desert. And you get stabbed, basically, in the back, and you are about to die. So
Yep.
that's why you take the deal. While before the rework of the prologue could have been like, oh, I go with Ilestra, I know what I can find in Histria, so I know that I'm going to get there to get more powerful so that I can achieve my goals. Would have made sense. Right now.
Yes, but also the fact that they introduced the whole gimmick of time travel if you take a deal with the Black Spirit and multiple dimensions
And then they have the mortal, non-mortal thing, but the first light, the second life, but it's a bit more complicated than this because we understood it in a certain way, but in the end, it wasn't that way. It was another way. So, yeah.
that's why what we are talking about, in fact, is there are a lot of variables in Black Desert, right, for each of the characters. Each of the characters is like very complex to create backstories that would match with players. Instead of making them mercenaries and giving them like literally no backstory so that players may roleplay, you are forced into a story that doesn't make sense right now. For any class, maybe besides the Megu and the Wuza, because totally not the favorite of Pearl Abyss, none of the classes make sense right now.
Concerning what point? Because right now, concerning the prologue, none of them make sense. Not a single one.
Yeah.
Maybe the warrior.
Don't hate on the warrior so much. No, that's what I was saying. That right now none of them make sense, and even without the prologue, if you take it, like a lot of the classes, because people have different playstyles, right? So imagine you have a guardian, but someone creates a guardian character just to cut potatoes. They have a guardian that took a deal with the black spirit to find and protect the
Well, that's the roleplay though.
and you can make that choice, and that should be part of the story design. I've known games from 2000 that were able to make that. Okay, it's unfortunate, but I really wish that the original style of Black Desert would come back, where you're more of a mercenary and no one really cares about.
Okay, let's do the second part where we are going to show the ending of the quest. We started with the Dark Knight concerning the Archer because we did like the reverse. The order of release was Ranger, Dark Knight, Archer. We started from the Archer. That has a second questline explaining better his origins and whatnot. We did the first part with the Dark Knight. We had to carry though because in the middle you are supposed to get some items from the Offin Ward Boss that spawns only certain hours of certain days of the week. But since we got the material, we are going to switch quickly.
Alright guys, we're going to go and I'll be right back. If we die, it's Zincode.
Yeah, blame it on Zincode.
Alright, we are back.
Okay, we are back indeed. As you might have noticed, we swapped. What happened last time? We were doing this questline, which is supposed to explain who actually is the Archer, because what is said in the Ascension, because he doesn't have the Awakening Succession, he's one of the special kids. So he has this side quest. We had to carry it in half because at a certain point the quest asked us to get the root shard from the Mirum Watcher Offing and bring it to the Lutragon, aka the Archer. As you can see, it spawns here in a certain days and times. And what was the point of the quest? In order to find and destroy the spell Anahib planted on Kamasylve, you'll need Offin Root Shard. Defeat Offin Ted and bring Offin's Root Shard to the Lutragon. Why do we have to destroy the spell? Because while the Ganels and the Vedirs, the majority of them became of the Vedir became Ahibs. They come from the upper part of Kamasylve. They are considered children of the fruits. They are considered like physical fruits of the tree. The Luthragons are attached to the roots of the tree, and they are in another realm. We are not sure which realm. I don't know if we are talking about the realm of the mother, the realm of Adum, another realm completely. We know that we are from another realm, so they need a portal to join the world of the sisters. When the war between Ganels and Vedirs started, and then the majority of the Vedirs became Haibs, the Haibs decided to seal them away. Yes, because like when they turn off Kamasylve, in fact you have access to the secondary questline only if you do the Kamasylve, the Light of Kamasylve questline. When they turn it off, they blocked the locked in, depends on the perspective, the Luthragons. And when we switch back the light on, one of the Luthragons, the Archer, managed to come back. That's why you can't do this questline with the archer, because the archer is supposed to be this NPC we are talking to. So it would be weird doing it with the archer.
Yeah, but I mean, alternate reality.
Blame it on the Magnus. So, okay,
That's
as you
sense.
can see, it doesn't start the thing unless we have the roots. And I have the roots right.
Control F if you want.
Yeah, they are called.
Control F and often roots or something. Just try often.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah, like it drops a lot. Okay, hand over Offin's root shard. This is definitely Offin's root shard. Yes, gather it myself. You must have Mother's blessing. It is clear why the Queen, though, thought highly of you. I saw a bright light of hope radiating from you. You've clearly been blessed by Mother. I synthesized the extract of Yanaros fruit with the root. This should be good enough to destroy the Ahib spell. Without your help, this would not have been possible. I will entrust to finish cleansing it once and for all.
Yay! I mean, if it's just a scribble, like you just clean it, you know, when it breaks the spell. But
No, it's more complicated.
you sure?
Huh?
Okay.
It is the mark of darkness left by the Ahib. Fun fact, the other time we like scared away Ahib who was scratching things on a tree. Fucking vandals, man. Infuse the energy of the green crystal. The green crystal emitted light and was infused into Kamasylve. The mark slowly fades away. The roots begin to show signs of life.
The roots, they're alive.
You destroyed the spell of Ahib. Talk to Lutragon.
Yeah, come Lutragon, let's talk to you.
Now that the spell has been destroyed, my brothers can freely come and go through Kamasylvia. Okay? Although it will take some time to recover, my brothers will soon arrive in this world. You are now a part of the history of Kamasylvia. Even the Luthragon in Aduir, the other realm, will hear about the epic contribution you have made. Looks like the Queen has something to tell you. If you have time, why don't you go meet her?
So as you can see now, we have made history. We are the Alpha to the Omega. We are the X to the Con, to the Pro, to the OMG, PvP, GGG. We have just made it so that the brothers can come back and kick both of the sisters' butts. They are quite silly creatures and decided to turn into each other, dooming the world in the process.
We do not have the right
The
to
portal
judge what we
has
do not
finally opened.
understand.
This has been my long cherished wish. I don't know how to express our gratitude to you, adventurer. Please accept this coin. It is a coin that is given only to the wisest of the saints in Kamasylvia. It is the greatest form of honor that allows anyone who possesses the coin to freely come to the Kamasylve without having to go through any procedure. Our battle isn't over, adventurer.
No.
We may need your help again soon.
Oh my god.
We thank you for your tremendous help
Oh.
to allow the archer Luthragon to come to this world again.
Oh yeah.
This is how it is justified, the fact that our archer, the one we play, came out, because in theory you are supposed to do Kamasylvia main questline, this second questline, and then to have the archer coming out with all the other archer released after. May the blessing on Kamasylve protect you.
Do you feel the dark shadow hiding afar?
And that was the was the story of how the archer was released, basically, like lore-wise.
Beautiful. My
Now,
God, this beautiful story. Yeah, I'm touched by grace, guys. It's incredible. It's like it's like I've read the Bible all over again. It's incredible. But this is one of the things I was talking about. Whereas I prefer the old lore to the new one in some aspects, is because this thing where you discover parts of the lore and everything makes sense. It doesn't say you are the archer, prince of the goddamn who knows who and what. You're just an archer that manages to come out because the ranger pulled you through. You got carried by the rain, or like the whoever fixed the Kamasylve 3 portal.
the adventurer. Okay, so that said, let's see what the website says about the ranger.
Not many things, I hope.
No, it's quite short, the ranger one.
Thank God.
In the time before recorded history, a holy tree took root and stood at the highest place of the forest. There, goddess Sylvia descended alongside the nature spirits and bestowed upon the tree the name Kamasylve. At its foot, she received the energy of the sun and the moon and conceived life, and the land under the tree became known as Kamasylvia. The goddess bore twins. The child, resembling the light of the sun, was named Ganel, and the child, resembling the darkness of the moon, was named Vedir. While nurturing her own children, one day the goddess sealed her will into the Kamasylve, the sacred tree, and then returned to the heavens. The children established a civilization and prospered under the protection of the spirits and the sacred tree. The power of the Kamasylve tree was boundless. The descendants of Sylvia took full advantage of it, and indulging in abundance and cornucopia, they became lazier day after day, until one day the dark spirits who were after the power of the sacred tree ravaged Kamasylvia. We don't know how Ganels reproduce. We know they can have children with humans, because we have confirmed like half-blood Ganels, Luthragon, and whatnot.
Well, let's just say that there's a lot of oysters in the ocean, in the Kamasylvian ocean, and as it is very important to understand, the Luthergrams were sealed away. I wonder how did they build the whole infrastructure and civilization?
No, they were
How
sealed
many?
away after, but in theory they always been like in the roots. And in fact, here they aren't mentioned, probably because they didn't even think about them. Sadly.
Rip.
Anyway, one day the dark spirits who were after the power of the sacred tree ravaged Kamasylvia. The war was devastating. The children of Sylvia, softened by their over-reliance on the sacred tree, were unable to protect themselves, and the burden of defending the land fell solely on the Kamasylve, at least until the time the goddess would appear. And so it came to be that with the last vestige of the sacred tree's power, the dark invaders were repelled. Having consumed all its energy defending the land of the goddess from the dark spirits, the tree went into a long slumber. But before sleep overcame the sacred tree, it entrusted its oldest branches to the Ganels and the Vedir. After a long study, they discovered that the branches of the Kamasylve could be altered to transcend their form by infusing them with the power of the spirits, and the resulting weapons were spirit swords. They called the Kamasylven swords, which they then learned to handle. Moreover, they collect and share the remaining branches that still contain energy from the sacred tree with their kinsmen and taught them how to use them. This is how the Rangers, a standing army tasked with the protection of Kamasylvia against any future invasion, was established. Subsequent invasions were attempted by intruders who sought to use the power of the sacred Kamasylve for their own evil devices. Every single one of them ended in failure. With every invasion repelled, the Rangers honed their craft, mastering archery and their skills with the Kamasylven sword, until the safety of the sacred tree all but guaranteed. The Rangers were, however, unprepared for their greatest trial. This one would come from within. The argument between Ganel and Vedir over how one should utilize the Kamasylven sword arose around this time. Ganel, children of the sun, pursued harmony and communion with the spirits, whereas Vedir, children of the moon, pursued the subjugation and control of the spirits. The ideological divide between the two led to a civil war within the Rangers. And when the land was soaked with the blood of Sylvia's descendants, the Kamasylve, the sacred tree that had slept for so long, woke up and slapped them all on the wrist.
Yeah.
The sacred tree, imbued with the will of the goddess, was distraught at the carnage that had befallen its children. Seeking to undo the damage and bring an end to the conflict, the Kamasylve retracted its power from all the branches it had gifted and had returned into weapons. Order had been re-established, but at a price. As a result of this event, the descendants split. The Ganel remained on Kamasylvia, protecting the temple built on the holy ground, while the Vedir left their native homeland and went out to the outside world in search of a new source of power. Sylvia's children would forever be separated after death. In the story of Odilita, it's a little bit different, but in order to prevent future conflict between its children and to prepare the defense of the land from any future invasion from the Dark Hordes, the Kamasylve decided to share its power only to those descendants of the goddess that had proved themselves worthy. Only a ranger who displayed extreme mental fortitude and martial prowess would be allowed to harness the last gift that the departed mother had bequeathed them. The tree declared its will to the descendants and then fell into a deep slumber once again. Only those who commune with the spirits and rule themselves should fully inherit the power of the Kamasylve. This is not how things are told in the in Kamasylvia questline and Odilita questline, so take it as a legend, more or less.
Yeah, fake news. So, quite interesting. This is what I was talking about though when I told that I was sure that this would be outdated. This is the issue of creating classes and things before you make their own region. Alright, like you made the regions after rework the fucking classes. What's wrong with you? Come on, guys. It's again. Hopefully the reworks will come in the future. Until then, we'll be waiting at Calphian balls, ready to be shocked when they're gonna say, we're gonna rework the class lords, yay! I'm gonna be quite happy. Until then, stay cheesy breezy, my friends. And see y'all the next time.
Bye.
Bye!